Hey everyone, it's Kateria Knows, here to speak a little bit on some of the astrological events that will be coming up in the beginning of 2015 to the middle. So what we have going on is Saturn is entering into Sagittarius. Yes, and that's coming up this December the 14th, 2014. And it's pretty exciting. I know it's going to be tough in certain areas, and personally it's my own Saturn return. Yes, I'll be going through my first Saturn return cycle, but you know what? I'm not afraid because I know I'm going to get through it, and you guys are going to be there to get me through. So anyhow, let's touch a little bit on what Saturn and Sagittarius means. So if you know a little bit about astrology, you know that Saturn is the planet with the rings around it. And that's it. No, just kidding. No, Saturn deals with lacks, blockages, obstacles, those things that are hard to reach. Also deals with responsibility, hard work. Saturn is the disciplinarian. It's the ruler of Capricorn, which I consider Capricorn and Saturn Satan. But it's pretty much those things that they say, what doesn't kill you make you stronger. And Saturn is here to make sure you're doing everything correct. And it is also the planet of maturity. So these, wherever Saturn is touching in your chart, those are the areas that you must mature and take responsibility for. And so when you have Saturn and Sagittarius, Sagittarius dealing with spirituality. It's also the guru, the shaman, the philosopher. So when you're dealing with a person that has Saturn and Sagittarius, or when you have Saturn and Sagittarius, your religious and spiritual essence and status in life is really important to you. A lot of people with Saturn and Sagittarius become spiritual gurus or master teachers. They become preachers or whatnot. Also, if you happen to have Saturn in the 9th house, which is the house of Sagittarius, it will also depict that as well. So Sagittarius also deals with foreigners, foreign land, traveling to distant lands. And with Saturn going into Sagittarius, it could put a halt in that area because Saturn shows lacks and blockages. So it may be hard to travel sometimes, and you must take responsibility in that area to make sure everything goes correct. Especially if you're flying out of the country, you must make sure you have your passport, all your paperwork is on point, that you have your finances and everything. And even so, you may get in a little trouble, you know, dealing in a foreign land at this time. It just may depict certain issues in that area where you have to plan ahead of time and be very responsible at that time in that area. So also dealing with Saturn and Sagittarius, and what we will be experiencing is a square of Saturn to Neptune. Neptune is at home finally after so many years, 167 years I think it is. It's finally at home in Pisces, and so Sagittarius and Pisces make a square to each other. And while Neptune is in Pisces, Saturn's going to be in Sagittarius, and Pisces deals with hospitals, jails, sicknesses, disease, alcoholism, addictions, illusions, lies, imagery, the whole nine. So while Saturn is going to be squaring that, it also deals with spirituality, religion as well, Pisces. So a lot of ideals that people had in their head about their belief system, because Pisces is a sign of I believe. It's all about the belief system. Christianity and religions are going to take a huge hit this next year and next 2.5 years to come, because Saturn cycles last for 2.5 years, and Neptune is in Pisces until 2026. So this next 2.5 years, while Saturn is in Sagittarius, squaring the sign of Pisces, a lot of things that people thought that they were, or what they thought was real, all of those illusions are going to be shown like, no, this is not what it is. The truth is going to pretty much come out. It's going to be revealed. Another thing, dealing with sicknesses and disease, with Saturn squaring Pisces, because Pisces deals with sickness and disease, hospitals and jails, there is going to be long waits in the hospital. I predict that there's going to be another disease outbreak like Ebola. I don't want to speak that into existence, but some people do live in this reality. So going to the jails. There are going to be major releases where lots of people are going to be released from prisons and from the jails. Truth about certain cases are going to come about, and we already started to see examples of that as of right now. And so so those are some of the things that are going to happen as far as with the Neptune square to Saturn. It's going to be pretty crazy. I'm excited though, because whenever truth is revealed to the world, you know, we can start moving forward in the right direction. And we have been definitely going into some things that have, you know, just kind of held humanity and society back, although all is in divine order, and now it's time for truth to be revealed. So with that being said, I will say definitely put a focus on your health. Take care of your health. Make sure you are not taking things in excess, because Saturn, Sagittarius rules excess. So doing things excessively, no matter if it's good or bad, if you're vegan and you're overly detoxing, you're overly doing anything, it's going to put you in the hospital. You have to take care of yourself. Do everything in a balance. And that's my next point that I want to touch on, because the North Node is in Libra, which rules balance and harmony, and it will be in Libra until November of 2015, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but it's all about balance, having balance in every facet of your life, especially dealing with partnerships. If you're dealing with business, make sure your contracts are correct. Make sure you have everything taken care of, your paperwork, your documentation, all of that. As far as the contracts go, Gemini is the sign that rules documentation, but Libra rules contracts, major contracts, dealing with business and dealing with partnerships, marriage as well. So balancing in your relationships and making sure everything is pretty much in a harmony. But it's a good thing because it's at a sextile to Saturn being in Sagittarius. So our life paths and our discipline are pretty much in alignment, and now this is the time to really manifest the things that we want to have, because we also have Jupiter in Leo, and when Jupiter is in Leo at a trine to Sagittarius, this makes us bosses of our life and actually in a place to receive the abundance and the prosperity that we want, as long as we have that mental and physical discipline to get things taken care of. It doesn't always have to be bad. I am happy that Saturn is going into Sagittarius. It's been in Scorpio since October the 5th of 2012, and it has been tough these past couple of years, especially for people who have Saturn in Scorpio. There's been a lot of deaths and a lot of transformations that have taken place. I've had several family members pass away in these past 2.5 years, and I send my condolences out to all of you in the virtual world, because I know that it has hit you hard, especially people between the ages of 29 to 31, pretty much. They have taken a huge hit with Saturn and Scorpio. So but now Saturn is going into Sagittarius, and as long as we have been putting our hard work forward, this is a time to manifest the abundance and prosperity that we have been wishing to have within our lives. And it could also be a happy time, although Saturn causes things to feel a little cold and isolated, and then it's squaring Pisces. So there will be a lot of emotional upsets and people feeling cold and or in a sense detached when it comes to emotional things, or a lot of people, you know, getting into depression. But that's all because they have not taken care of their responsibilities of getting things correct in their lives in order to receive the abundance and happiness that we all deserve. So anyhow, if you want more tips on astrology, if you're looking for an astrological reading, it definitely goes more in depth. You can contact me at kateria.know@gmail.com. I'll be speaking with you guys very soon.